Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October. And off we go on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out. To the 25-yard line.
Set, block 15.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Patsy.
Alpha. 180. White, 85.
Melvin Gordon, the two-time Pro Bowler. He'll have a first down past the 40. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
And that's definitely the way you get things started. That's the way it was drawn up in the locker room, in pregame, and everything. And they got it done right away, running the ball for a big game.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Under 10. Recon, 132 fighter. Red. Behind.
Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And an alley to run. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. So they get the ball on the opening drive. They take it in for the score.
And how about setting the tone right away? Everyone talks about wanting to do that, but you always hear it in every locker room. First 5 minutes of the game, who's going to set the tone? Who's going to take control? Guess who just did?
Well, now on the next drive, when you score that quickly or you're scored that quickly again, probably feel like you need to respond.
Yeah, without a doubt. In other words, you've actually put the pressure even more so on your opponent.
Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
Behind. 180. Hey! Monday!
First and 10 here for Flacco. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lindsey. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it's a second down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
He's got his tight end fan, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 27-yard line. Flacco will come to the line, first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Flacco will get this into the hands of Hamilton. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Andy Janovich. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. McManus's point after is good, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Rivers, eluding the pressure right. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. Now Gordon on first down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. 7-7, our score after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. A first throw here for the backup Taylor. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From the gun, Flacco. Steps away to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 27, Taylor. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10, 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 70 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Tyrod Taylor, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. A 1-yard run on first down, another yard that gets him into the end zone on second down. Maybe not much for the yards per carry average, but hey, 6 points.
Yeah, bottom line is it doesn't matter there. You've got to find a way to wedge it into the end zone. Yards per carry, that's out the window. How do you score?